What's up, Pokemon fans? It's Blade Trout here. Here for our PCBL 13 Week 8 analysis after our battle with Isaac and the Goldenrod Cobras. Arbok. Cobras. Arbok. Cobras. Yeah, okay. I wasn't tripping. Back to what we were saying. Yeah, this is going to be a difficult game no matter how you slice it. Because, Isaac's one of them. We're in the top 5. And we're just slowly here in 12th place trying to save ourselves. So building was actually not crazy good. It was tough as nails, honestly. Basically, I always kind of look at it how we had it set up. We really can just mollywop him with Mamoswine if we're able to know how to. 8 of the 10 mons are weak to it in some form of way typing-wise. So I went with an Assault Vest Mamoswine so we can take special hits a bit better and go for Earthquake, knock off Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, mostly knock off to kind of like catch Pokemon on the switch. Then Zarude, I had a really good idea where I get the Swords Dance, Acrobatics, Trailblaze, Darkest Lariat. So in case I dealt with like Crocodile, I probably could have just been better off just not having an item and just, do that instead. Just didn't. Because I think Acrobatics alone can easily get the one shot on Mega Heracross. And I just get another Pokemon out of the way. Then Babe Magnet, Scarf, Dazzling Gleam, Air Slash, Tailwind, Defog. Then Coordinates with Booster Energy, Sludge Wave, Fire Dance, Dazzling Gleam for you-know-who. And Agility, so we can get that speed boost against... what Pokemon's name was it? Get the speed boost against Dragapult. Diggle Thompson, so we aren't affected by hazards. And just have Sludge Wave, Dark Pulse, Thunderbolt, Nasty Plot when we need it. Basically, just bulk myself around everywhere and then make myself just strong enough to get like a, Nasty Plot off and everything. Then Nobara made this one physical. Yes. 152 HP, 104 attack, 252 speed, Jolly Nature. So we basically speed tie Jolly Nature Mega Heracross. So Swords Dance is pretty cool. Outrage, Ironhead, Mirror Coat. And that's pretty nice. Bro, this is definitely something kind of crazy. I never did physical Archaludon before. So, hey, let's give it a shot. So we can go by each one normally. It's going to be pretty quick anyways. So, start off, we have Archaludon. He has Heracross out. I'm like saying, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. I was saying it's about to be so funny. He freaks out on this one. Go for the Earth Power. We live that. Then just go for the Iron Head and just get the one shot for free. Pretty nice. Goes into Dragapult. We go for the switch out into Togekiss. Going for the Shadow Ball instead. That was actually a pretty smart play. Goes out to Empoleon. I'm like, alright, go for the Tailwind. Then switch back out over into Thunderous T. Go for the Stealth Rocks. I'm like, alright, I'm just going to go for the Thunder. I should have just probably went for the Thunderbolt outright. Because Scald at best, that burn sucked. And then switching over into the Heliolisk, and I'm like, alright, go for the Thunderbolt. Do around 57%. And I'm thinking, go into Arc. Goes for Hyper Voice. Okay, that did it. Then I'm saying, let's go into Iron Moth. Quark Drive with the boost and special attack. Honestly, I don't think I had to use agility. I could have just went for what I had to go for. And then just try my best and get my head off. But, got rid of it. I feel like there's like 2 decisions I just didn't make right moves on. Because I think if we actually were able to get away with this, we could have gotten the win maybe. And I feel so stupid here where I'm thinking he goes into Slowking. I go for the Trailblaze and get the +1 speed boost. And I'm like, man, let's get into Heracross. And I'm like, if we didn't have any item on it, we could have just one-shot this thing. And then we're +2 in speed. See, what was it? +2 in speed. We outspeed this and outspeed this, and we could just start wreaking havoc. We just could. That could have been a win on our part if we did that, but we didn't. And that basically ended us losing that. And it's basically just playing catch-up from there. We get the Thunderbolt off on the bracket and get the outspeed. He's going to go into Dragapult, and there's not much else we can do about that. Goes for Shadow Ball and knocks us out. I could have probably just switched down and just things, but I'm like, it's fine. So here I was like hoping, let's get the Air Slash. If we got the flinch, we could have definitely knocked this out and just kept going on from there. But, just things weren't working in our favor. Goes right into Empoleon. I'm like, alright, let's go for the Earthquake. Bam. He had Shookaberry, sadly. Goes for the Scald. God, I did so much damage, even with Assault Vest and Blind. So that sucks. And we don't win. Wait, were we max HP 2 on here? Yeah, it didn't make much of a difference. That makes me sad. But that's it. We lose 2-0, so that really does not feel great. So we're like 3-5 plus 3. No, 3-5 plus 1. So we still have a positive differential. We're still going to be 12th. So honestly, could have been much worse. And I'm kind of glad it wasn't much worse than it could be. I think realistically, it's just one of those times where if we do get to playoffs, we're gonna have to play against tough opponents like this. We gotta actually play the game a little bit smarter. Take some changes and make some more risks. That's how we have to be. So far, funny how our worst loss is a 4-0, and everything has been 3 or less, where it's been just snap decision making not working in our favor. And that's cool. I feel like that means that we could easily win other games, but that's just easy to say that. Hindsight's 2020, you know. So thanks for watching. I'll probably see y'all next week for week 9.